So, talking about unknown story on India and Dubai relation, such a talking about in coverage of insights. So, when Dubai almost become part of India, a swipe left to uncover how a quite bureaucratic shift changed history forever. So, the Garden Darbar and issues of empire. In 1956, the Times correspondent David Holden landed in Bahrain and was surprised to witness traditions from British India alive in the Gulf. In Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Oman, Indian customs thrived from curry launches to Urdu speaking sultans. It felt as though the clocks had stopped in the 19th century. India's western border once stretched off to Yemen. Under the Interpretation Act of 1889, nearly a third of the Arabian Peninsula from Aden to Kuwait was legally a part of British India, governed from Delhi, policed by Indian troops, and managed by the Indian Political Service. The Arabian Raj, the wild secret, reportedly, the public remained unaware of the arrangement as maps depicting the full extent of India were classified to avoid provoking the Ottomans or Saudis. The Arabian link to India was quietly omitted from official records. Some reports revealed a royal Asiatic Society lecture once joked that these states were wild like Julius Caesar's favorite wives. Indian influence on the Gulf, from passports to personal, the Indian imprint was unmistakable. Indian passports were issued in Aden. The Sultan of Oman, educated in Rajasthan, preferred Urdu. Soldiers were Hyderabadi uniforms. The Viceroy even proposed Oman should be treated as much as a native state of the Indian Empire. Iran's separation, the beginning of the end. On 1 April 1937, Aden was officially separated from India. A royal telegram acknowledged this end of a century long association, at the Gulf remained under the Indian administrative control for another decade. A path not taken. When independence loomed in 1947, British officials debated whether the Persian Gulf should go to India or Pakistan, but Indian interest was lukewarm. As resident William Hay remarked, it was seen as inappropriate to hand over the Persian Gulf affairs to Indian and Pakistani leaders. 1 April 1947, a quiet exit. On this day, the Gulf was officially separated from India. Months before India and Pakistan gained independence, unlike Jaipur or Hyderabad, Gulf states were left off the integration laser. The decision was administrative, quiet, and consequential. Britain holds on the Gulf. Despite planning to exit India, Britain retained control over the Gulf of 24 more years. Prime Minister Clement's Attlee's proposal to leave the region was rejected. The Gulf, now reporting to London instead of Delhi, became Britain's final redoubt. The anachronism of the Arabian Raj. Even post 1947, the Gulf remained tied to British India in a spirit. The Indian rupee was still the currency. Major shipping was managed by the British India Line. The region was governed by British officials who had all served in the Indian political service. 1971, the final pullout. The Britain withdrew from the Gulf in 1971, ending colonial ties east of Suez. As Holden wrote, the Gulf was finally free to find its path, but legacy of British India lingered in architecture, bureaucracy, and memory. Rising Delhi, remembering London. Today, Gulf cries remember their ties to Britain but not to Delhi. Yet, personal memories remain like that. Qatari man recalling Indian privilege during his childhood and his satisfaction at the reversal of roles. So, when Dubai almost become a part of India, enjoys today's insights on behalf storytelling about like and subscribe. Thank you so much.